right, I think we'll come back to the guests at the end today. But for the benefit of the guests, let me explain a little bit about Toastmasters as an organization. So, Toastmasters International is an international organization that is dedicated to building better communicators and leaders of tomorrow through a structured learning process of prepared speeches, impromptu speaking sections, and most of all, a continuous feedback section. At a club level, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience where members are empowered to improve their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Now, before we proceed, there are a couple of announcements that I'd like to make. Many of you who are members of WIN Toastmasters would have received emails stating that your membership has been approved and that you would be able to access your pathways. Now, to help you familiarize yourself with the same, I would advise all the members, especially our new members, to attend the new member orientation taking place this Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. IST. I'll be sharing the registration link on our WhatsApp group after this. And our second announcement for today evening is that we are going to be having the first executive committee installation ceremony on 25th April, just half an hour prior to our regular meeting time. So I'd request all of you to please block your calendars and attend this first time EC installation ceremony on 25th of April. Now, before we move ahead for today's session, I'd like to share a simple story with you, connected to the fact that today is our fifth chapter meeting. How many of you have heard about the law of averages? Can you raise your hands if you have? All right. Well, don't worry, I'm not going into anything mathematical. The law of averages states the theory that the result of any particular situation is always the average of all of the outcomes. And by extension, the motivational speaker John Rims states that we are the average of the 5 people that we spend the most time with. We are all human beings, and we are very impacted, motivated, and driven by our environment. And according to this Ron's theory, the 5 people that we spend the most time with shapes who we are. Look around you right now. How can you relate to that? And what do you see? Now, while assessing these 5 people around you, be prepared for and open to the opportunity that you may need to change them and your environment in order to get what you want out of life. Because if you want a different type of life and you're wondering just why you're not getting there, this is a sign that you may need to evolve and pick a new gang. So, how can you find them? The first step is to know yourself. Where do you want to be and who do you want to be? I know that change is scary, but what is even worse is to allow fear to stop you from growing and evolving. So if you're up for the challenge, maybe take up something as simple as connecting with the people that aspire to be like or who have the attributes that you desire. And I believe that this is where the beauty of WIN Toastmasters lies. It is a platform where we women from different stages of life, different professions, and different countries come together to exchange ideas and become even better versions of ourselves. And today, I urge each one of you to make the most of this platform to participate and to enjoy the session ahead. Now, to take this session forward and ensure that you do have a great session today, we have a very special lady with us who would be acting as an anchor of the session. And I promise you that you are in for a treat today. This Toastmaster works as a freelance soft skill trainer, a personality and communication developer. She has been the past area director, Division PQD, Associate District PR Manager, and Division ISC Champion. Along with that, she has held multiple EC roles and is no stranger to the world of Toastmasters. Please join me in welcoming our dynamic Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster, Archita Tiwari. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam President. It is an absolutely wonderful moment for me to be here at WIN Toastmasters. I've been wanting to be here for a very long time, but Sunday evenings usually something or the other comes up at home, and I have to, fortunately or unfortunately, make time for it because that's the only day that my parents or cousins or anybody would ask me to take time out, and I have to be there. So I've been dodging Ruchira and her messages for quite some time until a few days back when I said, okay, I'm going to take time out and I'm going to be there for sure this week. Good evening, ladies. It feels so good for once to not say gentlemen. I'm sick and tired of saying good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's very annoying. So, good evening, ladies. It's great. I am not going to demean the presence of men in our life, not that they'll let us, but okay. The idea is that it feels great to be at a women's only club. I haven't been in a women's only forum in a very long time. And it's time to have some fun because, believe it or not, we tend to understand each other much better than I think our male counterparts understand us, or we understand them for that matter. I think equality lies there as well. We don't understand their actions, but their brothers and cousins and friends do. They don't understand our actions, and our sisters and cousins and friends do. Having said that, I've selected a theme that I think is very close to my heart, and that is shopaholic. Very early on in my life, I realized I am something called a shopaholic. I suffer from an addiction of shopping, which means I go to a mall with the objective of buying nothing and end up buying at least two or three dresses and a couple of grocery items that I don't need. And that's who I am as a person. So I avoid going to the malls or to the markets because that's what I'll do. And surprisingly enough, as if that wasn't enough, they brought markets to our cell phone. So every time there is a Mintra notification on my phone, I'm like, don't see it. It's not good to see something evil. It is not good to hear something evil. It is not good to say something evil and press that buy now again. So let's avoid all of that. I'm going to tell you more about shopping. But before that, let me tell you how a Toastmasters meeting is nothing more than a shopping spree. And I mean it, ladies, honestly. Let me tell you how. Every single time that you enter a particular mall or you enter a particular, these days, Grofers, Amazon, whatever, you have a set list in your mind, right? Like a prepared list. This is what I'm supposed to buy. This is what I'm supposed to do. You are absolutely ready with your list of the monthly things that you need. Okay, whether it is for yourself, whether it is for home, you know what you want and you're prepared for it. The first session of Toastmasters is exactly like that. You know exactly what to do. You're prepared with a 5 to 7 minute speech, which the members come and deliver. Just like you find out in advance from people at home, that could be your parents, your children, or anybody else, your spouses, to find out what they need. Similarly, a mentor here tells you what you need to do in your speeches. The second session is much like going and finding out there's a discount, and then you buy things very, very impromptu. Things that are important, but impromptu. The second session is very similar. Impromptu, but very important. And believe me when I say you get it at a discount here, because at no other place except for Toastmasters have I seen the kind of motivation that one gets for impromptu speaking as we get here for table topics, which is our second session in a Toastmasters meeting. The third session is like going home and checking if all the items are correct. Did you buy everything you need or did you leave out something in the mall? Well, if you did, you have the option of going back. Similarly, the third session talks about general evaluation, where you as a speaker will be evaluated. Mind you, not judged, evaluated. And you are going to be told everything that you did right, everything that you bought right, and every item in your public speaking cart that you have missed out. So, in order to take us through this wonderful session of evaluation, is one of my favorite women in Toastmasters. It was her birthday just a few days back. So belated happy birthday to her. To those of you who don't know, you may feel free to wish her. Birthdays are usually a 1 week celebration, so I think it's completely all right. She's one of those people. When I asked her, what do you like to do or do you not like shopping? She said shopping is sort of therapeutic. So it's kind of nice. I like going out with my friends and hanging out and buying stuff, but I'm not a fan. I mean, I'll buy the things that I need, but I'm not a shopping fan. So I said, fair enough. And I said, what do you think is the difference between physical and digital shopping? She said, there's a lot of difference. Physical shopping, I look forward to because I can go with friends and family and enjoy and have a good time. Digital shopping that doesn't give you that treat, which is so true. And those are the kind of wise words and wise thoughts that you can expect from this amazingly talented, beautiful, graceful woman who's going to come next on stage. Please put your hands together for Area Director of District 41, Toastmaster Seema Ramesh.
Thank you so much, DTM Archita. Huge round of applause, please. Let's keep continuing because these type of introductions are very rare to hear. Thank you so much, Archita. Um, welcome. I welcome myself to this club because, like how Archita has said, even I haven't attended a single meeting with all the ladies around, and it feels really good. So a big hello to all the lovely ladies here in the room. Those who are also hiding behind the cameras, we can turn them on slowly. But I'm so glad that this club has been formed. And on the outset, I want to appreciate everybody who's been involved in forming this club. So as we move on, like how DTM Archita has mentioned, we have a general evaluation because we all thrive on feedback. Don't you agree? Like even if it's on a, a dull morning, if you're having a very bad hair day, you would like to find out, okay, really, how is my hair? You either ask yourself in the mirror or you ask somebody around you. But then we want that instinctively, that sort of a feedback to understand. So here at Toastmasters also, it's very important that we have this feedback so that we can improve ourselves. And at Toastmasters, we never ever put anybody down. We give them recommendations and so that they can improve themselves. That's it, because it is not a judging stage, so to speak. Now, I will be doing a general evaluation in the sense the meeting as a whole will be evaluated, starting from the lady who began the meeting, the Sergeant at Arms, up until the end when the president closes the meeting. So as we go around with the evaluation, you can understand that it's going to be a difficult task for me to do this all by myself. So I've got 3 or 4 lovely ladies over here who's going to help me out. First, we have the timer. The timer is Toastmaster Neelu Sharma, one of my favorite ladies also over here in Toastmasters. All ladies are favorite in Toastmasters. So I would like to welcome Toastmaster Neelu to please introduce your role as the timer.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator, for having me. And thank you so much for wonderful introductions. Today, I'm playing a role of timer. As a timer, my duty is to keep track of timing of each and everyone, whoever on podium. For prepared speech section, the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. I will show green card when 5 minutes is over. I will show yellow card when 6 minutes, and I will show red card when it would be 7 minutes. I will be keep flashing the card until the speaker speaks. There are 30 minutes grace period on upper and lower side. In table topic section, time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. I will show green card when 1 minute over. I will show yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds and red card at 2 minutes. I will keep flashing the red card until the speaker speaks. There are 30 seconds grace period only on upper side in table topic section. For evaluation, the time limit is 2 to 3 minutes. I will show green card at 2 minutes, yellow card 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes. There are 30 seconds grace period in upper and lower side. I will give my report when I would call to do so. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neelu, for that lovely explanation. Could you just tell us how would you be showing the cards? Is it going to be the background? Are you going to change the colors on the background? Or do you have cards to show? You're on mute. Okay, you'll be sharing the screen. Perfect. Thank you so much. I just wanted to get that clarified because time is very important here at Toastmasters. Next, we have another lady, Toastmaster Reva, who is going to be the R counter. We have to be very careful of her because she is going to select certain words and sounds which we are not supposed to repeat here at Toastmasters. So Toastmaster Reva, if you could kindly explain your role, please.
Thank you so much, Madam Genuine Evaluator. Don't we all find ourselves in situation when we are not able to communicate freely and we use crunch words and pause fillers like etc. And it is used most of the time, and if not, like I use it most of the time, but it may differ from people to people. Usage of these expressions tend to make our speech unattractive and unappealing. Therefore, today I'll be playing the role of a counter, and the purpose of my role is to note down such crunch words and pause fillers. I'll be listening to words like and, well, so, but, and I'll be also listening to words and sounds like and repetitive expressions like I know, these, that, etc. At the end of the meeting, I will present a report of the number of times each Toastmaster used these expressions. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am. Generally valid.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Eva, for that lovely explanation. Wonderful. Next, we move on to a very tough lady who's going to do a very tough job, and that is of the grammarian. I would like to welcome Toastmaster Momita, please, to explain your role.
Good evening, beautiful ladies and dear guests. So, grammar lays the foundation for effective communication, and my role as a grammarian is to keep track of all the good usage and not so good usage of grammar, like grammatical mistakes or punctuation error or pronunciation error. Also, as a grammarian, it is my duty to introduce you to today's word of the day. And while I was thinking, what should I put as today's word of the day, keeping in line, obviously, with the theme. So I came across the notification. In today's world, shopping is mostly online shopping, and we keep on getting notification from Amazon and then from Myntra and all. So I got this notification from Myntra, and I got the word of the day for today, which is. Can you guys see my screen?
No, not yet.
Okay, I have shared. Now?
No, not yet, Momita. If you want, if you have some issues, then you can just put it up on the chat box and say it now.
Yeah, sure. So I came across a word trend. Myntra keep on flashing a notification, spring trend, summer trend, and I can't keep up with the trends yet. So for today's word of the day is trend, which have several meaning obviously, but one of the meaning is the current style or preference. Then there is prevailing tendency or inclination. So I will put up the definitions and few usage on the chat, as I cannot share my screen right now. So all the speakers are encouraged to use the word of the day trend as most as possible, and they will be appreciated for that. And I will present my report at the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator to do so. Back to you, Toastmaster Sima.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Momita. And last but not the least in my amazing team is Toastmaster Charulata, who's going to be the listening master today. Toastmaster Charulata, if you could kindly explain your role.
Thank you, General Evaluator. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. Being a good listener is just as important as being a good speaker. And as the listener, I will note interesting tidbits of information from any of the speakers and ask questions near the end of the meeting to see if everyone was paying attention. So I request everyone to be on this throughout the session, and I will be back when called upon by the General Evaluator. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. we women have this tendency of being acute listeners and observers. So this is where Toastmasters also helps you improve in those skills. Well, I'll be back at the end towards the fag end of the meeting to give in my evaluation, wishing everyone all the best. And I'm handing this over to the Toastmaster of the day, the lovely and gorgeous DTM Archita. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Seema. And all the best to all the role players. I'm sure everybody is going to do a fantastic job in their role plays. Before I go ahead and move on to the next session, there's something that I'd like to tell you about impulsive shoppers. Now, impulsive shoppers is a very unpopular phrase, right? People don't want to be associated as impulsive shoppers. They don't want to say that they are people who are impulsively into shopping. But let me tell you, research by Cambridge University shows that people who are impulsive shoppers are also people who are high risk takers in life. They are also the kind of people who are usually very passionate about anything and everything that they do. And it has shown that people who are impulsively into shopping are also very adventurous by nature. So I think the next time someone calls you, why are you such an impulsive shopper? You can tell them safely that you are passionate, you're adventurous, you're a risk taker, and you're good at impromptu decision making. So I think that's the benefits of being an impulsive shopper. Having said that, I think it's time for a little interaction and then we'll quickly go to our prepared speaker, who looks very prepared to me, by the way. We will quickly have a short question for Shahida, if I may.
Yes, Jayamudi. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Shahida, I want to ask you, all of us are talking about shopping today. What's the one item you've shopped and then regretted and been like, oh my God, I shouldn't have bought this?
Dresses, of course. When I say dresses, anything that is wearable. Yes.
Why regret buying dresses?
Because I don't need them. The logic comes later on. Just because I have a card, I swipe it, it looks good. So of course, the story has been very different in the last 365 days. It's mainly, as you have said, it's Myntra and the Tijori, whatever, all those online Amazon working our way out. But yes, when it was offline on-site shopping, it was, I should just carry home and there was no question of returning it. And then I don't even know it, need it. So the wish, the want and the need will always have a fight later on.
Oh, interesting. I think I don't regret buying clothes. I just regret, that I don't find the right clothes at the right occasion. I mean, if I'm supposed to wear something really trendy today, I don't find it today. I'm going to find something ethnic today. And if I'm supposed to wear something ethnic tomorrow, I'm going to find trendy tomorrow. So I think it's so weird that I don't find the right cloth at the right time. Anisha, if I may ask you just one simple question before we go ahead.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Anisha, when you're shopping, okay, and I'm sure all of us look at price tags. Let's stop pretending that we don't look at price tags. And I'm such a non-price tag shopper. Okay, what happens when you see something that's normally out of your budget, but there's a heavy discount, and you don't need that item, but you sort of are tempted for the discount? What do you do?
Okay, so I don't really identify myself as a shopaholic. I'm very, very particular when I'm buying stuff. I'm very particular. I would probably get like one or two items out of the mall. But if there is something that I would really, really like, and there's a great discount on it, I don't know. I might just buy it that day. I might just do that.
I might just buy it that day. Okay, fair enough. I think one of the popular
Yeah.
phrases that I've come across, yeah, by my male friends, and they've been like, "What is the one thing that women don't say no to?" I said, "What? Discounts?" They're like, "Yeah, you're so predictable." I'm like, "Interesting." Anyway, I thought the answer would have been food, but it's very hard to say no to either. I think food or discount. It's a very tough call. I don't like making such tough decisions in life. I'm a very easygoing person. The next
In my
lady,
case, it's fruits.
sorry.
For me, it's fruits. I never say no to fruits.
You never say no to fruits. Wonderful. We
Yeah.
have lady who joined us. Trust me, I am one of those people who will have fruits, have fruit juices, and then also have a pizza and say, I ate healthy, so it's balanced.
And now you need dessert.
And I need dessert, which is guilt
Yeah.
trip, but it's okay. I think dessert is always worth the guilt. We have
Always.
another amazing lady joining us, another one of my favorites, Toastmaster Panna. Hello, good evening.
Hi there. Hello, everyone. Hi, Archita.
Hello, it's so great to see you. We've been talking about shopping and I was missing you. I thought you ditched me, but I'm so glad you haven't. Women can
No,
be.
I haven't. How's it going? How's the shopping going? What's in your cart?
Shopping's good. We're having a great time and we welcome you aboard. And we're going to quickly come back to shopping and discuss more things. But you're in time for our prepared speaker. So, welcome. Our prepared speaker for today is one of those ladies I admire. Her courage, her sense of humor, her witty sassiness is one of those things that completely will take you in awe, and she, when delivers her speech, is sure to mesmerize you. She is a friend, and we've been friends for a very long time because our Tapori sense of humor kind of matches. We sing weird, abusive, non-parliamentary songs on our way back home in the cab. We come from the same geographical part of the country. I'll tell you later on which part of the country it is. And we share a common interest in making fun of a lot of things. Other than that, she's dynamic, she is fearless, and she's someone who will always say what's on her mind. Please put your hands together for the prepared speaker today with the speech title, What's Your Label? What's Your Label? Speech titled by Toastmaster Shruti Srivastav.
What's the label that you're reading here?
So Indian. So Indian.
What are the labels that you read here?
Can we have the
Dark
spotlight on Shruti?
Dark black.
One of them is curls, one of them is short-heighted. These are the labels I have been given all my life. And do you think that wearing a sari makes me so Indian? Having a height of 5 feet 1 inch makes me so short-heighted. And having these beautiful, untamable, bold, dominant curls makes me too curly for the society. I'm taking these labels off because I do not believe in them. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear ladies and beautiful humans out there. I'm here to talk about labels. What's your label? What have been you call it all your life? You're too ambitious. You're too independent. You're too untamable. You're too loud. You're taking so much space, isn't it? We all have been there because we all have been called names, apart from what our names are, be it Panna, be it Seema, be it Archita, be it Shahida, be it Shruti. We all have been given some middle names apart from fingers, but not in the right places. Anyways, moving ahead. Shruti, what are you doing? It's the corporate event. Would you be wearing sari? Yes, Shekhar, I would be wearing a sari. Okay. Shruti, I think you're too loud for this event. I don't think your voice will suit this anchoring event. Can you be a little timid and a little lower on your decibel meter? Why? That's my natural voice. I did not make it. I did not fix my vocal cords in my neck or in my tongue or in my neck. I've been hearing the second part of the labels. These labels are something that are imparted upon us by the people, and they confine us. They give us a boundary, an invisible boundary that we dare not cross because we are so scared because someone has fitted us in a box and said, Shruti, this is your boundary. You cannot walk out of it. And then your bosses expect that you have to think out of the box. I mean, how do you even do that? You're fitting me in a box and you're asking me to think out of box. Today, I'm going to tell you about how you can get out of those labels and focus on your positives. Although my pathway is engaging humor, and I will be humorous as always. But this is very, very important to be authentic, man or a woman, isn't it? How many of you believe that you can stay inauthentic to yourself? You cannot. You have to accept. You have to own your wounds. You have to own your truth. You have to own your mixed mistakes. As a project leader and heading a creative side at work, I always say, whatever I do in the creative part, I want to own it. If it is bad, let the blame be on me. If it is good, let everyone applaud my name, because I will not let anyone else take the credit. That's how you develop your space. You take that space. Woman, you take that space. That's what I've learned in my corporate career and all my life, that you have to own it. There are 3 steps how you can develop authenticity. There are 3 steps how you can maintain authenticity. And there are 3 more steps how you can level up your authenticity. The first 3 steps how you can develop authenticity is ask questions, not to the outsiders, to yourself. Shruti, what were you thinking when you bought this sari? Shruti, I was thinking that I would wear it to 10 occasions. And which was my answer when Archita asked me, are you an impulsive shopper or not? I said, no, I was an impulsive shopper, but I became a conscious shopper. And I accept that I've spent a lot of money buying cheap pieces, which lasted just 2 wears. But now I invest in buying quality pieces. They last all my life. My husband is one of them. Moving ahead. Own whatever you do, good or bad, like I mentioned before. If I'm the VP education of the club and one of the meetings is all messed up, let people blame you and do not cry over spilt milk, or do not put the blame on others. Say, yes, I did it. I could not focus there. It's my mistake. Things happen. It's okay. Own your things, and that is the best way to be authentic. The third and the most important thing is that you have to love yourself no matter what. No matter how many mistakes you make, no matter how bad of a mother that you feel you are, no matter how bad of a corporate employee that you feel you are, love yourself, because no one else is going to do that for you. Now, how do you maintain that authenticity? The first thing that you do to maintain your authenticity is make a habit of telling the truth, until and unless it is telling your boss at the face that you're very annoying and the ideas that you're giving are of zero value. Or if it is something that I do not want to see this appraisal, boss, 2% is nothing. Can you please put a 0 after 2? You have to tell the truth always. Be conscious. Be conscious of your thoughts. My current project, which was focused on positives, include maintaining a journal. I'm not going to show you what are the thoughts, but it helps you if you observe your thoughts. You know something? These thoughts are like planes. Planes in your head, they pass by, they will stay. And you have to acknowledge them. Hey, you're thinking that I'm looking fat today? Yes, because I had 2 spoons of gajar ka halwa. I should look fat. Otherwise, what's the need of eating that gajar ka halwa? You have to acknowledge those thoughts which are hovering over your head. And the third and the most important thing is that own your wounds. If you have been hurt, own it. If someone has broken your heart, say it to yourself, X person has broken my heart. If someone has betrayed your trust, say it to yourself first and then go and confront that person. That's how you maintain that authenticity. Now, how do you take your authenticity to the next level apart from joining Toastmasters? Yes, those who have been here would know how you can take your authenticity to the next level by being upfront, evaluating each and every one, and giving that feedback without any shame or any boundaries. First one is that you have to strive to improve yourself at all times, at all instances, wherever you feel like. The second one is that listen to your guidance. Listen to what your heart says. Listen to what you feel about things. And the third and the most important thing is find your life purpose. Life purpose could be changing anything. I want to own some 1,000 saris of all the textiles and all the art silks that are available in this world. But that does that mean that I do not have a purpose? I definitely have a purpose, because I want to earn that much money so that I can buy those saris. Although that is a materialistic purpose, but that is. The purpose could be as simple as being true to yourself. Now tell me, what's your label, Madam Toastmaster of the Day?
And we have a huge, huge, huge round of applause for this unbelievably magical, fantastic Wonder Woman who's present on screen in front of us. I love the way she decks up and I love the way she carries her sari in all her pictures. I haven't been able to meet her recently because she's very busy. I don't know why. Doing what? She refuses to meet. Has a lot of other fans these days. And I'm definitely going to inform Pratik that he has been compared with a shopping item today, and that he is very, that he's been told that he's one of the good catches that you have. I think you're also a good catch for him. Guys, can we really, really give a wonderful round of applause to this fantastic woman? Great. Now let's go forward. And to go forward, what we're going to do is we are going to move into the second session, like I told you, which is called the table topic sessions. But before I get into it, again, slight interaction and slight questioning. Okay. Anybody would volunteer for answering? I mean, I picked people up. Shruti, you've just spoken. So after this is your turn. Anyone else? Okay. Madam President volunteers. Ruchira, what's the one thing you'd rather be gifted than you would shop?
So the answer to this question, I think, comes from a little bit of both what Toastmaster Shruti and you've been speaking about. So one of the labels that I've been associated with ever since I can remember is the fact that I'm really short. For people like Anisha who've met me, I'm on this side of 5 feet. So if there was one thing that I could get gifted, it would be the gift of height. No matter how much heels I wear, those 4 inches just take me up just this much, and I always wish that someone would give me the height. And most of all, actually, I think I'd ask this from my sister because she's younger than me and 6 inches taller. So I think she owes me the gift of height.
Okay, wonderful answer. But I think great things come in small packages, if you know what I mean. My mother's of a very similar height, and she's extremely proud. Let me tell you, we've been trying to taunt her about her height, and she's like, "Why? I think it's a great thing to be short. I look up to people and talk to them, and they have to just look down and be very docile in front of me, while I can be bold and brazen and while talking to them. Why should it be a bad thing?" So yeah, I think lip runs in the genes for us. The next thing that I have, a next simple question. Any other volunteers? Anybody else? Okay. Before I go ahead, Sushma, with you, I'd sincerely like to apologize. I'm doing the Toastmaster of the Day role after a very long time. This is what happens when you become a distinguished Toastmaster. People don't call you for roles, okay? They only call you for general evaluation. Right, they've called you for a speech evaluation, for a general evaluation. Nobody calls me for a table topic master or TMOD, and I haven't done it or Toastmaster of the Day in a very long time. So I missed out on calling you before the speaker. But yes, thank you for volunteering. The simple question that I have for you is, like Ruchira said, she likes to be gifted certain things. What's the one gift you like to give people? Like if you would go shopping for someone, what would you like to buy for them? A friend, a relative?
The kind of person I am very much interested into the educational activities. I also run an NGO, and the kind of gift that I would really like to give them is a book which I feel can really relate to them, and they would be inspired reading it.
Wow, that's such a great gift. I think books are fantastic gifts for anyone and everyone who likes to read, of course. Barring some of my friends who haven't found the right book, I think everyone else likes to read. I recently gifted myself a book, which is this one. I keep it very close to me right now. This is Priyanka Chopra, Jonas is Unfinished. And I recently gifted it to myself. It's a wonderful read. I'm very inspired by that woman because she doesn't care about what other people have to say about her and does her own thing. And now, let me move forward with the session where you don't have to care about what other people have to say because you have to say what's on your mind. And to do this, please welcome our table topic master. When I asked her that, do you love shopping? She gave me a very, very simple answer. She said, I love shopping and I like shopping as a stress buster activity for myself. And to be very honest, I'm fond of both digital shopping and physical shopping. Like, I enjoy both. And she said that right now, obviously, because of the whole scenario that we've been in for quite some time now, digital shopping happens more often. I would love to know what are a few items on her constant shopping list. So let's welcome her and hear it from her. Please put your hands together for the table topic master of today's evening, Toastmaster Arya Chakraborty.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. That was such a beautiful and exciting introduction for me. And we are meeting for the first time. And it's really a pleasure to meet you. Hello, everyone, distinguished Toastmasters and guests. Yeah, I replied it in a one-liner because my job is to give one-liners to you for today, for speaking. So like we all have shopping spree. So today you have to be in a speaking spree. So in this section, so I would request you all to either volunteer or I will be picking up some from all of you, some speakers, and I'll give you the topic. And I also request all the guests to participate in this because this is really that part where you actually get the opportunity to participate and it's really very exciting. So before I begin with the topics, I'll try to tell you the two simple laws of this section. One is about the timing. The timing is minimum 1 minute and maximum is 2 minutes. And there will be a grace of 30 seconds on the upper side. And the guests can participate, of course, and they can change the topic only for once. And once they have changed the topic, they cannot come back to the previous topic. And the changing of topic is not allowed for the Toastmasters. So that is all I have to say. And I will be following the trend of asking questions about shopping, which our Toastmaster of the Day was doing for so long. So can I have the volunteers? Okay, I see Shahida raising her hand. So I'll give the first table topic for today. So what do you think about this motion? You need to be a workaholic to be a shopaholic. TM Shahida Hussain, you need, Toastmaster Shahida Hussain, you need to be a workaholic to be a shopaholic.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The motion for today is you need to be a workaholic to be a shopaholic. And obviously, I don't support it. If you are workaholic, that means you are always working. You are always working. A person who is completely sunk in work is a workaholic. And somebody who is always shopping, who is addicted to shopping, is a shopaholic. It's completely, and for me, these words are completely opposites, and I feel they do not hold any water. When I was working, especially in my corporate life, I was always working 13 hours a day. In a bank, that's what you expect. And the last few months, which was due to demonetization, I was completely in the floor for 13, 14, 15, 16 hours. And do you believe that I will have time to be a shopaholic? I didn't even know what I was wearing, what I was eating, what I was buying, what my child was eating for that matter. And yes, at that time, 4 years ago, Amazon was there, but I was not such a great fan of it. So there was no time to be a shopaholic. All that shopping was done by my husband, by my mother-in-law, or my child himself. So I believe you need to have a life. You don't need to have work. You need to have a life. You need to be a lifeaholic to be a shopaholic. So that is all about this motion from my end. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shahida. That was so brilliantly said. And I love the term lifeaholic. So that was really great. Thank you so much. So next, I think Kalpita has raised her hand. So I'll move to her.
There, in the chat box, I think Shruti has.
Yeah. So is Kalpita there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Hello. So yeah. So the topic for you is
Toastmaster Kalpita. Which gives a better hangover, shopping or alcohol? Which gives a better hangover, shopping or alcohol? Toastmaster Kalpita.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Arya, Toastmaster Arya. To be very frank, I though have not joined as a regular Toastmaster anyway. Well, as far as my topic is concerned, I would like to talk on that. If you're saying on alcohol will be more, I'm so sorry. I just missed the topic. Can you repeat 1 second, please? Hello.
Yeah, sure.
Hello,
So
Toastmaster.
it was which gives a better hangover, shopping or alcohol? So since you're a guest, you have the chance to change your topic as well. But yeah, since you said okay.
Thank you so much. Anyways, see, basically, if we're talking about alcohol, I'm not so sure because I'm not very fond of it, though I definitely join with friends in any kind of parties or any kind of get together wherever they are. Yeah, I do join with them, I sit with them, but I'm not that fond of it. And as far as shopping is concerned, of course, it is really it gives a hangover. Why? Because once we do the shopping and then we wait to return back home and try the dresses and see how I look or what is suiting me, how it's looking, how am I looking. So, that gives and the entire night gives a lot of pleasing, experience. And for me, like that day when I can shop to my will, like especially the dresses or shoes or purse, whatever, more or less the dresses that we prefer, I am sure that will be more of a, will give me a more hangover because that will go on for a few days, probably for another week, where I can share with my friends, my families about what about the shopping that I have done. Thank you so much, everyone, and Toastmaster Arya. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kalpita. And yeah, I echo with your thoughts that yes, getting a headache is not that good. Trying out new dresses are. So yes, of course, shopping gives you a better hangover. So I move on to the next person. I think Shakuntala has volunteered.
Yes.
Yeah. So Shakuntala, shopping as per need list or wish list? Shopping as per need list or wish list? Shakuntala.
Can you say it again, please? Shopping?
Shopping as per need list or wish list?
Okay. It should be in the need list, I think, because when it's in the wish list, because it goes on and on. Because I'm not a very shopaholic person. Normally for the clothing, all these things, when I come to visit India, then only I buy those things. I don't buy here because most of those saris and salwars and everything comes from India. So when I buy here, it's too expensive. Always I come there. But I think it's okay. But normally I go for window shopping. So I think most this thing, because money, I'm a housewife. So I think it's not this thing to spend too much of my husband's money. So I always put that my shopping is in the need. So I don't put it in the wish list. Sometimes there are some wishes here, but even if I buy those things, then later on I just wish I had not bought those things, because sometimes I just out of that curiosity or that moment, I feel like sometimes even the shop sellers, they just make you buy those things. Even if you go to the makeup items, all those things, sometimes I end up buying those things because they just keep on saying, because I just think it's good for me. And when I came home, I know that's not with me and I'm not very comfortable with those things. So every time I go there, I always need, okay, I'm not going to buy this thing. With the list I go, but unfortunately, I sometimes end up with coming with a wish list. I hope that is not going to happen every day, but if it happens, it really makes me hurt, because It is not because I'm not a workaholic, because I'm a housewife. I work but not earn money. So I don't want to waste too much of my hubby's money, because I think it is not right. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Shakuntala. I really love the way you spoke your heart. But what I think is that taking care of your own wishes, that is a need too. So that's kind of a need buying, need list buying. So
Okay.
never mind. So wish list or need list, both are important. So you are doing the correct thing always.
I hope
So
I'll change that after our Toastmaster speech. I think I'm going to change that.
so whatever you are doing it perfect. So no problem. Yeah. So I move on to the next person. I see in the chat box, Anisha has said +1. So I think Anisha wants to volunteer. And
Yes.
Anisha Banerjee, discount, buy above 5,000 and get 30% discount. Discount, buy above rupees 5,000 and get 30% discount. Anisha Banerjee.
Okay. Hi, everyone. This is something that I'm so familiar with because I happen to go shopping about twice or thrice a year, and there is always some sort of discount. But I go into a very strict mode and I say, no, discounts are just there to waver me. I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to give in. But then I usually end up giving into one or two extra purchases in order to grab that discount. So yes, I'm a little bit guilty of it. Because, well, I tell myself that if I'm going to go shopping only, once or twice a year, then I might as well buy some stuff on discount. So yes, but I am guilty of giving into these very attractive. That's just a marketing gimmick, and you should just walk away. That's all from my end.
Thank you, Anisha. I think you have some more time to speak if you want.
Don't even want to talk about them. But anyway, I think they're a good way to increase sales, definitely. And if there are really nice items on discount, but I think what they should do is, you should keep all kinds of sizes, sizes for all. Otherwise, what's the point of having these discounts? Keep everything on the rack, and then you should ask your audience to come in and have fun shopping.
Yeah, thank you so much, Anisha. I think we all have fallen into that trap once or the other times. Like, even I have bought various things, like a headband which I have worn never in my life, and after it came, I was like, wow, why did this come to me? And even I have bought things which are non-returnable, and just to make it to that point so that I get the discount. And then I have thought that, why did I at all get the discount? So that is what happens to us every now and then, I guess. So I move to the next person. Has someone volunteered? We have Shoma as our guest. And so, Shoma, will you want to speak?
Hi, I don't know who asked this question, but maybe not today. A little bit of noise on my background because some guests are there. So next session, will that be fine?
Sure, no problem. So, can we have Amrita for the table topic?
I can speak. The only point is I am on my phone and not a very stable network. So you have to tell me if it's visible.
That's okay. Yeah, it's visible and we can hear you. And we love to hear you on table topic sessions. So the next topic is for you. So Toastmaster Amrita, flat 50% off on selected merchandise. Flat 50% off on selected merchandise. Toastmaster Amrita.
Discount, off, free are words that catch me. And I'm sure there are more women smiling around because this is something very feminine to all of us. We think it's a big catch that we get. And I agree, I am guilty of walking into stores when I read that, knowing in the subconscious that selected merchandise means either it's crossed its shelf life or it's something that is out of demand or out of the trend and has not been sold till date, and they're just trying to push it into my house. So that's something I know it in the subconscious, but I'm guilty of walking into stores knowing this. I won't say I have never got a very good deal when I walked in. There are times when I got real good deals. I remember walking into grocery stores and picking up bags of chips, buy one and get two free as well. But I really feel that discounts is not what we should always look for. It ends up piling up the store, and then we end up spending more time cleaning it. Yes, discounts are good. They help us. In fact, that zing, all those hormones that take a spike after shopping that I've been good. I have been the sensible one, are good ones, and they give us a good zing. But I agree that these pile up our houses and have to be judiciously decided at times. What do you think, ma'am?
Thank you so much, Amrita. That was so relatable. And we all have done this. And after we go to choose our things from those selected merchandise, we always find that either they are outdated or they does not fit us, but still we tend to buy because it is on discount. So thank you so much for sharing the thought, which actually we all can relate to. I'll have one more topic. So anyone else who wants to volunteer? Anyone? Or should I pick someone? Is Priya there? Priya Sinha, you want to speak?
Yeah.
Sure. So Toastmaster Priya, so I remember last day when you had spoken on the table topic session, you had spoken that you wanted, had said that you wanted an opportunity to speak about your daughter too. So I have a topic for you today. So shopping. With, so Toastmaster Priya, shopping with son and shopping with your daughter. Compare the two. Shopping with your son and shopping with your daughter. Compare the two. Toastmaster Priya.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Arya. I will prefer to go with my daughter this time because she will like to give her precious time to spend with me and give her good ideas, because we are girls, so we have a good choice for each other. So I will surely prefer to go with her, and she has also having a good choice. So she always she's also having a good patience to in shopping. Patience is a very important thing. I love to go with my son and husband also, but he doesn't want to give time. And when I go for shopping, I take so much time to give my choice and explore everything what I like most. I like to buy for me and my daughter. We exchange our ideas, what is good for buying. That time she give her idea, and I buy the good thing, I suppose. And he see, sometimes I am I am very extravagant type of person. So she controls me. Don't spend much money. So these are the things which are, that's thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priya. It was really great to hear about your daughter and the takeaway points from
That's
your
all,
speech.
TM.
Yeah, thank you so much. So the takeaway points from your speech was like, yeah, women are more patient. They are more balanced. They know what to buy and what not to buy. And even if they buy extra, they know how to utilize it. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Priya. And with this, I conclude the table topic session from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Archita.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Arya. I think all the topics were wonderful. I enjoyed every one of them. I heard all of you, and I think everybody spoke very well. Some spoke from the heart, some spoke from the mind, but everybody spoke well. And I think that to tell us more about that, we'll have to wait for the GE. But before we go ahead, final question, and then my final parting thought for you. I'd like to ask Shruti if she's here. She said she'd be willing to answer. Shruti, are you here by any chance? Hmm. I don't think Shruti is here at the moment. Or if she's here, she's caught up. Let me quickly check. Uh, okay, I think Shruti is caught up in something. Uh, who else is there who I can ask something? I haven't asked Neelu ji
I'm
anything.
here.
Oh, you're
I'm
here.
here.
Hi.
Hello.
So, I'm guessing your camera is giving issues, or is there a
No.
network? We're waiting for you to switch it on. Shruti, my question for you is very simple. What's the one item, no matter how much the discount on it is, you wouldn't buy? You just would not buy. Shruti, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Can you see me now?
Yes. Did you get the question?
I did not.
Okay, my question's what is the one item that no matter how much the discount is, what price it is at, you wouldn't just buy that item. You would not buy it.
I think if it is discounted, I would give it a shot, but I want to give a little figurative answer here. Can I?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. I would not buy someone's labels on me now. No matter how discounted, how much appraisal, how much raise do I get, I will not buy those labels for me now.
You're not going to buy someone's labels for you. That's very interesting and very exciting. Thank you. I think personally, I just wouldn't buy a hat or a cap because I don't know. I somehow think it's such a weight on my head. Plus, it covers half of my face. What's the point? Because the photos that you see of the divas wearing the hat, I don't know why they wear the hat. If you've got to walk like this in the sun, why wear the hat? It's supposed to cover your face.
That's a very.
So I think it's a completely useless piece
That's
of
a very
clothing.
layered answer, Archita.
Sorry?
That's a very layered answer, Archita.
Yes. Oh, okay. We're not getting into it. You and me, we have to have these discussions offline without embarrassing the other women here. Okay. So we really have to catch up offline, Shruti. And that is another motivation for which I think we should really meet up. My parting thoughts on shopping, guys, is, and the reason I'm saying parting is because I will have to join another session from 8. So I'm here all till 8 o'clock. But I think that might be a little too short on the session. So my parting thoughts on shopping is shop whatever you want, whenever you feel like. Of course, you have to have the finances for it. But I don't believe that there is anything that you buy for yourself that is not worth it. As women, if there is one thing that I have seen a lot of women do, is feel guilty for buying something for themselves. And I know to some of us it may seem like a very old concept, but I still see it happening around. I
That's
still
true.
see women being very, very generous when it comes to buying gifts for anybody else in the family, parents, daughters, sons, husbands, friends, brothers, sisters. But the moment they have to spend on themselves, there is a certain sense of guilt that gets associated with the price tag. I just want to say remove that guilt. If you like it, if you buy it, it's yours without any guilt. It's supposed to be expensive because you are someone who deserves everything that is there in the world made for you. Nothing is expensive if you really want it. So don't feel guilty about buying things or shopping for yourself. Go on a shopping trip, or if you like it, of course, you can go with friends. I like to shop alone because it gives me no disturbance. I can focus, strategize, and enjoy myself when I'm shopping. So I like to shop alone a lot of times, and I'm really waiting for the malls to open properly so that I can feel the fabric and not be fooled by digital, clothing as I have been in the past few months. So with that, thank you so much, WIN Toastmasters, for having me here. And let me now call the lady on stage who's supposed to tell you what exactly you've done right and where you can improve. Believe me when I say that she's one of those people who's going to be there to help you even outside of her general evaluation role. So feel free to contact her because I trouble her a lot. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Seema Ramesh.
Thank you so much, DTM Archita, for again that wonderful reintroduction of myself. And thank you so much for taking us on this wonderful shopping spree. I was missing it, but then now I'm really satisfied today. So I think it is time that we need to know what all goodies that we have got. Is it really worth it? Can we buy something better? Or are we happy with what we have got? So let me begin first with the solo speaker today, Toastmaster Shruti, and her evaluator is Toastmaster Sushma. I'd like to invite Toastmaster Sushma to kindly give in the evaluation, please.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator, to call me upon. And today I'm here to evaluate Toastmaster Shruti's speech. What's your level? What's your level? The way she introduced was amazing. It really was intriguing. What is she doing? What is she applying here? Something is there. What is there? It was completely engaging and all were mesmerized. What is she actually doing? And then we came to the subject. What's your level? And she introduced the topic in such a wonderful way with 3 steps multiplied by 3 steps, where she told us how you should ask questions, how you should watch yourself, what is the piece of quality you should have for yourself. In a humor way, she even introduced her husband as a piece of quality. That's very nice. I really congratulate TM Shruti for introducing it in such a wonderful way. What I liked about the speech is basically, I would say that if you can only speak well only if your tongue can deliver the message your heart wants to. And I feel whatever her heart really felt, whatever she has learned during her interactions, she has really penned it down well. I would like to explain it again in 3 steps, and that is, there are 3 things to aim in a public speaking, and that is to get into your subject, let the subject get into you, and last but not the least, get your subject into the head of your audience. And I'm very sure she did it perfect. I'm sure every one of us today are questioning ourselves, what is my label? Isn't it? Yes, I feel. The part where I feel there is a little improvisation required, which can take it to the further levels ahead, when typically it is a speech which is related to humor, is the humor itself. I felt that the speech was completely, the clarity of the speech was good. The scripting was excellent. The audience awareness was excellent. But the vocal variety was something which could have been better. For example, when she said, I'm looking fat, it could have been expressed in a very different way. Am I looking fat? Oh, come on. I had gajar ka halwa today. Similarly, what are you doing? Can you be in your box or limits? Well, how can you be out of box when you are limited? These are certain places where I felt the improvisation is required. But what I would say is, whatever you have learned through your personal interactions, you had an impact of your speech on the audience. And I'm sure with little improvement, which is suggested, you will take it to excellent levels. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sushma. A huge round of applause, please. What a keen observer. You have noted so many good points, and I'm glad that you have given such valuable feedback, and I'm sure Shruti appreciates it as well. The only thing that I would like to recommend for you, Toastmaster Sushma, is that you need to pay attention to the time. Because even a 2 to 3 minute evaluation is a 2 to 3 minute speech. So you have an introduction. I mean, you do the evaluation in a compact way by first giving commendations, giving some recommendations, and then wrapping up the speech, ideally when the yellow card comes up. So if you just keep that in mind, it will help you out. And of course, this happens only with practice. It's taken years actually for me to come up to that.
This is
but
my
anyway,
first evaluation.
Yeah, but then fantastic. Really fantastic. Just keep these points in mind. And Toastmaster Shruti, what a wonderful speech. It's always a pleasure listening to you, Shruti. And it is something that I really look forward to. You did not disappoint me today at all. The only recommendation that I would have for you is that since you are a veteran speaker, it would have been great if you could have stood up and delivered your speech. So then automatically all your characterization, moving your head here and there, this way, that way, your body gestures, everything would have come automatically because I've seen you before. And another thing that I would recommend is for you to have a sort of like a call of action, which would have been ideal at the end of the speech, so that, you know, what can I take back from what you're saying, because you spoke about a very sensitive topic. We all can relate to that, because I think especially in our society, we are labeled from the day that we are born. So it would have been great if you could have brought that out. Otherwise, it was a fantastic speech and looking forward to hearing more from you. A huge round of applause, please, for Toastmaster Shruti. Next, I would like to move to the table topic speakers. Do I have time to go on with it? Toastmaster of the day?
Yes, we can, but I think before that, we should take time report.
All right, okay. So for, okay, just the timer report or all the tag players?
I think take all, as you wish.
Okay, all right. Then, like you said, we'll go ahead with the timer report then. Over to Toastmaster Neelu, please, for the timer's report.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. As we all know, time is money, but our both of the speaker and evaluator were busy in shopping and they forgot about timing. So Toastmaster Shruti took 7 minutes 46 seconds and she was disqualified, and her evaluator, Toastmaster Sushma, took 3 minutes 46 seconds. So 2 disqualifications in prepared speech and evaluation. Next, in table topic section, we had guest Anisa or Toastmaster Anisa, I'm not sure. So initially she took 53 seconds. Later, after saying table topic master again, she took 15 seconds. So I think she is also disqualified. Apart from that, all are qualified. Toastmaster Sahida took 1 minute 28 seconds. Toastmaster Kalpita took 2 minutes 16 seconds. Toastmaster Shakuntala took 1 minute 52 seconds. Toastmaster Amrita took 1 minute 58 seconds. Toastmaster Priya took 2 minutes 13 seconds. Before conclude, I want to say trends come and go, style evolves. It's important to have pieces of jewelry that are timeless and look chic despite ever-changing fashions. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neelu, and you are one of the gems whom we all know very well, priceless, in fact. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neelu. I would next like to call upon the R counter for today to kindly give in your report.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, ma'am. So today's session was an amazing session, and I swear to God, I was just speechless. Each and every speaker delivered such an amazing speech that I was totally flabbergasted. Saying that, I might have missed out many filler words and sounds, but back to the report, I'll just start with our President Ruchira. She used 2 hours. Our Toastmaster of the day, Archita Tiwari, she was so bang on from the starting till the end that even if she has made few of them, like she has used 2 hours and 3 but that can be forgiven because I was totally taken aback by her speech. Now coming to our general evaluator, Seema ma'am, her favorite word is because she had used it twice or thrice and she has used 2 times. Coming to our time Sharma, Toastmaster Neelu, she had a brief pause while delivering her speech, but apart from that, she was just perfect. Now, coming to our Toastmaster Momita, she has used 3 times. Toastmaster Shushma, she has used 2 times. Toastmaster of the day, Arya, she has used the term multiple times and 2 times. And now taking Toastmaster Anisha, I think she has left the meeting, but even though she has left the meeting, I would just like to give my report. She has used well twice, twice, and thrice. Toastmaster Amrita, she has used twice. Now coming to our guests, Toastmaster Renuka, she has used multiple times and she has used some filler sounds. Coming to guest Kalpita, she has used multiple times. And ending my report with guest Shakuntala, she has used 2 times. Now, whosoever names I have not mentioned during this meeting, you all have not made any mistakes and everyone was just perfect. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Reva. You've done a fantastic job listening and giving us all that keen attention and helping us out where we can improve. Now we are over to the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Momita. If you could kindly present your report.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Seema. Good evening once again to the Toastmaster and dear guests. So thanks to Toastmaster Kruti and her wonderful speech, I have a lot of good usage of English and English grammar in my list, but I cannot go on with the whole list. So I have few of them which I would like to mention here today. They gave us a boundary and we dare not cross it. Whatever I do, I own it. Love yourself, no matter what. There's another one I really liked that was you need to be a lifeaholic to be a shopaholic. And there are few not so good usage of grammar like would you want to speak can be said as do you want to participate. Then there was give my choice can simply be referred as to choose. And apart from that, everyone was great with their speeches. And the word of the day, friend, was used once by Toastmaster Amrita. That's all from my end. Back to the general evaluators.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Momita. This is why we need to be aware of the grammar Nazis always at Toastmasters meeting. Next, I would like to invite the listening master to kindly give in your report, please.
Hi, fellow Toastmasters. I hope you all enjoyed the session. And these days, everybody complains only about one thing, that we don't listen to each other. And it's like I myself, I have lots of issues listening and concentrating. So this was a test today for me to listen, but I think I have done whatever I could do today. So I have some very nice questions which I felt was really very informative. And so the first one is, and today about shopaholic, I could know many things. And also, can anyone tell me what are the two types of shopping that our Toastmaster said today? Anyone? The two types of shopping she mentioned.
Online shopping.
Yeah.
And the other
And
one, no.
In person.
The physical and digital shopping, that's what she mentioned. Those are the two types of shopping these days. And also she said about high risk takers and adventurous shopper. Who are those? What is that type of shoppers known as? High risk takers and adventurous shopper.
Impulsive shoppers.
Yeah, I don't know who is answering it, but good. And that one more, I think, what is that one thing that women say no, that said by men?
Discounts, I think.
Yeah, discounts. Very good. Who's that? Who's replying?
Hi.
Yeah, okay, very good. And our speaker today, she spoke about label. So she came. I mean, we could see her with many labels on her face and finger, hand. So can anyone tell me what were those? What was written on those labels? Like at least 2 or 3.
Dark.
Indian.
Dark.
So
Indian.
Indian. Very Indian.
Very
Black.
Indian.
Short-heighted.
Yeah. Short.
Curls with curls or something.
Curls. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Then also today our president, she spoke about a theory. What was which theory she said?
Law of average, I think. Not sure.
Yeah, law of averages, but she named a theory. That is Ron's theory, she said. Yeah. And today our table topic master, she mentioned about 2 lists that we make before we go to shop.
Wish list.
Yeah,
and
wish
need
list.
And
Yeah.
need list.
Need list and wish list. Very good. Then, why does Toastmaster Archita loves to shop alone? What did she say? The reason why she loves to go shopping alone? Anyone?
Stress buster.
Therapeutic.
No, she mentioned. Anyone would like to answer it? No. Okay, she said it doesn't disturb her. I think she meant that no, if somebody is there, we get confused whether we like. They will tell their wish also, so we get confused. So no one is there to disturb her, and she can shop alone on her own wish. And also she said she can feel if she's going to buy clothes, then she can feel the fabric and then purchase. Okay, so these are the questions I got to know. I think the time is also up. So I enjoyed the session, and thanks and lovely to all the ladies who are answered. I think we all were listening to the speeches today. I mean, all the whole session we were listening. So
absolutely. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Charulata, and my entire team for doing such a fantastic job. Let's just quickly move on to the table topic section. First, I would like to congratulate the table topic master, Toastmaster Arya, for hosting such a wonderful session. I'm glad that you stuck to the theme and you had topics related to the theme. That was very, very innovative of you. You also explained the rules very well when you started out, and I just liked your cheerful manner in the way you conducted it. And I also like the way that after each and every speaker spoke, you gave your own comments and appreciated the speaker. That is very, very important. The only thing that I would recommend you is that the next time you host this session, it is always good to advise the speakers to use the word of the day. Now, this is one opportunity that the speakers can use in order to improve our vocabulary. So you just need to mention that. Otherwise, a fantastic job. I'd like to first go on to Toastmaster Shahida. You need to be a workaholic to be a shopaholic. I love the way that you incorporated your personal story. You having worked as a corporate, and then you started out that way, very beautiful, and you moved on to how eventually you didn't even know what you were buying, whether you were eating or sleeping or what you were eating. So you brought in a lot of factors in just this 1 to 2 minutes. And I really appreciate the way that you spoke on the topic. You did not move off the topic at all. And you gave me a new word. In fact, lifeaholic. You need to be a lifeaholic. So that was amazing. I don't think I have any recommendation for you. Just keep attempting table topics so that you can improve yourself as an impromptu speaker. Thank you so much. A huge round of applause. Next, we move on to Kalpita. I think she's a guest or a guest maybe, okay, which gives a better hangover, shopping or alcohol. I also like the way that she herself admitted that she was not too fond of drinking and getting a hangover, or and it's better, you know, to having shopped for hours and hours and then get your hangover over the shopping items. The only thing I would